Okay, today I'll be sharing some insights on last minute tips for CUCT. So as we all know, CUCT is gonna start on 15th. 15th, that means day after tomorrow. So in this session, I'll be sharing some last minute tips to crack CUCT. Okay, so as you all know, central universities can be considered into two. One that were established earlier before 2009 and ones that are established in 2009. So CUCT are the test for universities that were established after 2009. So why Central University? As we have already mentioned many times, it gives a lot of exposure and opportunities. Then it have a lot of facilities, faculties and library. Then the mode of operation is autonomous, so that one will be getting the results immediately. Then you will be getting a lot of teachers and students who are of high academic rigor, etc. And the most important thing is that the mode of communication in a central university is in English. And by studying in a central university, you will be able to improve your language skills too. And CUCT is the entrance test for 12 central universities: Assam University in Silchar, Central University of Andhra Pradesh, Central University of Gujarat, Central University of Haryana, Central University of Jammu. Then we have Central University of Jharkhand, Central University of Karnataka, Kerala, Punjab, Rajasthan, South Bihar, and Tamil Nadu. So it is the common entrance test for these 12 central universities. And knowing your question paper, the question paper for most of the students will be comprising two parts. Part A, which covers general awareness, general English, mathematical aptitude, analytical questions. And this is for 25 marks for most of the students. Whereas for students for MBA or Masters in Library Sciences or any UG students who are not of science-based subjects, they will be having 100 questions based on general awareness, general English, mathematical aptitude, analytical skills, etc. And most of the students will be having part B, subject-specific 75 questions. Okay. Then CUCT before NTA, it was most of questions were repeating, and it was kind of direct questions, and most of them were easy, not much tricky questions. And usually it used to be high cutoff for CUCT. A student who have 60 marks or 55 marks used to get admission usually. And since it was a kind of easy questions, there used to be enough time to attend all the questions. This is the scenario wherein it was not conducted by NTA, whereas now it is being conducted by NTA from this year. So earlier it was conducted by central universities, and last year it was conducted by Central University of Rajasthan. So as I mentioned, I'll repeat, the questions most of the time used to repeat, and it was supposed to be memory based questions, wherein if you know some theory, you could easily crack the exam. And most of the questions used to be direct questions and easy questions. And that won't be the case from this year, since NTA is going to conduct the exam. So the level of difficulty can be compared to that of a JNU or an HCU question paper. Then there won't be repeating questions almost all year. The questions will be fresh and it will be new questions. Then it will be kind of concept mixed questions, and there won't be any direct questions and all. And most probably the difficulty level may increase, since NTA is conducting the exam this year. And since the difficulty level may increase, the cutoff mark would also decrease to an extent. And since the questions might be a difficult one, the candidates may not get enough time to attend all the questions. So you should be able to manage your time to a great extent. Okay. And now that the hall ticket for CUCT is published in the official portal, once you log in using your application number and password, you could get it, or else you could alternatively get your hall ticket using application number and date of birth. Okay, so if you have any queries in getting the hall ticket or anything, you could log into your portal and there is an option to register your query. So once you go to the query, you can select that, and NTA will be sorting it out as soon as possible. So the only agency we should contact now is the query redressal system in the portal, and you should contact them. Only they can address all your queries. Okay, and the exam schedule for CUCT 2021 goes like this. So a set of exams are conducted on day 1, that is 15th of September, and another set of exams are conducted on day 2, that is 16th of September. On day 3, that is 23 September, only UG based exams will be happening, that is UG paper 1 for science and UG paper 2 for non-science based subjects. And on day 4, that is the final day, a set of exams will be conducted. So here PGQP stands for question paper code, and each question paper have a corresponding code to it. So you should cross check with it, and in the admit card it will be mentioned the date and time. So the exam schedules are going like this. Morning there will be a set of exams from 10 a.m. in the morning till 12 o'clock in the noon time, and then in the afternoon the exams will be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So one thing you need to be careful about is that since NTA is conducting this time, the exam will be in online mode, and the windows or the exam center will close their gates half an hour before the time. So if the exam is at 10 a.m., one should reach the exam center by 9:30. Before 9:30, one should reach, and after 9:30, the candidates won't be allowed to enter the exam center. And if it is at 3 p.m. the exam starts, you should reach the center at least by 2:30, and there will be a lot of procedure. You will be thermally scanned, and you will need to fill in a lot of forms and all. So you need to reach the center at least 30 minutes before the schedule. And this year, the total number of questions will be 100. You could attend them in 2 hours, and the language in which the questions will be asked is English, and it will be single choice questions, which means that one answer should be selected from 4 options, and for each correct answer you will be getting 4 marks, and for each wrong answer you will be deducted 1 marks. And if you don't attend the question, 0 marks will be gaining and 0 mark will be lost. And since it is 100 questions and 4 marks for each correct answer, the total marks for the exam will be 400 marks. Okay. And important instructions for candidates, I would say you should report the time at least 45 minutes before the exam. If it is at 10 a.m., you should reach the venue by 9:30, 9:15 at least, and there will be a lot of procedure, and you should never forget to, you will be needing to verify your admit card, then your undertaking form, then you should carry a valid ID proof, and frisking will be done in the exam center. Okay, so you should also fill your self-declaration form, in which you need to tick some tick the ones which are applicable for you. So if you have had fever or cough or breathlessness, you should tick the ones. If you don't have anything, you can leave it. And if you have been in contact with a person who have confirmed of COVID-19, you should tick it. And if you have not been in close contact with a person and not under mandatory quarantine, you can tick it. If you had been in close contact, you should not tick it. And if you have traveled out of the state or anywhere before 40, like in the last 14 days, you should tick it. If you haven't gone anywhere, you need not tick it. And you should affix your photo that is given during the application form, and you should give your left hand thumb impression. Also, this candidate's signature is to be done in the exam center. You should not sign on it before you reach the exam center. And then the candidates will be permitted to carry a personal transparent water bottle. Only transparent water bottles will be allowed. Then you can carry a personal hand sanitizer. Maximum amount you can carry is 50 ml. And then you can carry a simple transparent black ballpoint pen. Its ballpoint pen, its color is not mentioned. You can carry any color ballpoint pen. Then you need to carry your admit card along with self-declaration form. Both of them are to be downloaded from the NTA website, and you should carry additional passport size photograph because you will need to paste it in the attendance sheet. Then you need to carry an original, valid and non-expired government ID proof. The most preferred one is Aadhaar card. You could also carry your passport or your driving license, but always if you have Aadhaar card in original, you should carry it with you. Okay. Then this year it is going to be percentile scoring. So you should be aware of percentile scoring. Percentile scoring is like this. Like the total marks is in 400, but not everyone will be able to score 400 marks. So anyone who is scoring the highest amount of mark will be considered as 100 percentile, and the lowest scoring candidate will be considered as 0 percentile. So the difference between the lowest scoring candidate and the highest scoring candidates will be divided into 100 divisions, and likewise percentiles will be calculated. So most probably the one thing that might happen this time is like after the exam, the results will be announced and the students will be getting a percentile scoring. So maybe the institutes which take admission the institutes might take admission based on the scoring, and maybe the institutes may recommend that students above 80 percentile can apply, or they may even recommend that students above 90 percentile may apply. So this year the way in which the admission process would happen is, first you need to attend the exam. After the marks come, you need to apply for admission in the universities you prefer to study. Okay, so that's how admission process would be happening this year. And in the case of declaration of result, there will be 3 processes. Initially, the NTA website will display the recorded responses. That means that you will be attending the exam in an online mode in an computer-based center. So you will be recording the responses online. So you will be able to see the responses you have given. Maybe after 5 or 10 days, then the provisional answer key will be published for challenging. And if you have any objection in the answer key that was published, you could challenge the answer key, and maybe after 2 or 3 days after the final answer key is published, the results will be declared. So after the results are declared, all the universities will say that we accept students based on the score. So all those scores will be calculated in percentile. So some universities may say that they will accept students who are having more than 90 percentile. Some may say that they will accept students more than 95 percentile. So the best thing to do is you should try to score a maximum amount of marks. Okay, these are the list of documents which needs to be submitted during online counseling. You will need to submit your 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, graduation mark sheet, then valid date of birth certificate, transfer certificate, migration certificate, etc. Then last minute tips, I would say, you should sleep well. You should never compromise on your sleep on the day before the exam. You should sleep at least 8 hours. You should sleep really well before the exam, because if you don't have a good sleep, you will be suffering, because since it is an online mode of exam, you will need to remain consistent and active for at least 2 hours. So you need to have a sound mind. So you should be remaining calm and relaxed, so that for the same you will need to have a good sleep on the day before the exam. Okay, so you should never compromise on your sleep. You should sleep well in the day, on the day before the exam. Okay, so each exam can be divided into, like, the questions in the exam can be divided into 3: easy, slightly tough, and tough. So what you should do is, you should at least go 3 times through all the set of questions. So what I'm meaning to say is, some questions can be attended in 5 or 10 seconds. So you should attend all the questions which are able to be attended in 5 or 10 seconds initially. So since it is a computer based test, you will be able to see the whole 100 questions in the right hand side of the dashboard. So all most of the time, the questions will be coupled together. Maybe same topics will be together, so that you can understand 5 or 10 questions will be from a similar topic. So if you are very clear of that topics, you should attend that questions initially, then go for the ones which are slightly tough for you. That should take more, at least like that should take below 1 minute. And last, you should go for the questions which are time consuming. So initially you should attend all the questions which are easy for you. Then you should attend slight moderately tough questions, and then last you should go for questions that will take a lot of time for you. So you should divide your time efficiently for each topic. Then as a last minute tip, what we would say is, you should revise in the last moment, and you should avoid studying new topics. So by that, what I am trying to say is that you should be clear, and you should be clear in whatever you have studied, rather than studying a lot of new topics. So if you are clear with a specific topic, you will be able to attend any question that might come from that specific topic. So by that, you will be able to score better than like studying new topics and not having a clear idea on any of them. So I would suggest you to revise in the last moment and be clear with whatever topics you have studied till now. And another tip I would give is to test yourself. Test yourself in the sense, you should like undergo some test series, and by test series you will be able to understand where you stand, and if you need to change, or if you want to revise anything more, you can understand that by attending the test series. So these test series will help you in the last minute preparation. Okay, and then another tip I would like to say is, you should learn to say no to any question. So if you are not 10% sure, you should avoid attending that question, because there is negative marking. And if you attend any question you are not sure of, and if you are getting it wrong, it will automatically ruin your score, and it will also affect your percentile scoring. So if you are not sure of any question, you should not attend it. Like, if you are not 100% sure of it, you should not attend the question. And quality, not quantity, should be your measure. So this also, what I meaning to say is that, like, if you are scoring, maybe like if you attend a 60 questions, and if you get those 60 questions correct, you will be able to crack the exam. Rather, if you attend 70 questions and if you get those 60 correct and those 10 as wrong, that 10 questions will demean your 60 marks. Okay, the scores of the 60 questions. So if you have avoided that 10 questions, you would have got a different higher score rather than attending the whole set of questions. And then you should keep polishing your speed and accuracy. So by speed and accuracy, you should try to attend a lot of questions. Also, you should not make it wrong. So you should make sure that whatever you are attending is correct to a great extent. Okay. And then in an advice, as an advice, I would like to say, you should adhere to reporting time. So you should at least reach the venue before 45 minutes. So that is a safe time, and you should reach the venue before 45 minutes. And once you are allotted a computer, you should make sure that the computer is working properly. If any of the computer device or like mouse or keyboard or monitor is not working, you should report it to the invigilator. You should make sure that it is changed, because if there is any technical issue during the exam, that might ruin your whole exam. So you should make sure that your device is working properly, and you should read the exam instructions properly. You should also read the instructions given in the exam admit card. You should read them, and 4 wrong answers will outweigh 1 right answer of yours. So you should make sure that you attend most of them correct, and maximum you can attend 10 guesswork. You should not attend more than 10 questions which you are not sure of. So if you are correct of, like if you are 10% sure of 40 questions, you can attend a maximum of 10 more questions. That means you can attend 50 questions, whereas if you are sure of maybe 55 questions, and you can attend a maximum of 65 questions. And you should make sure that those guessed questions are almost maybe 70 to 80% correct. If you are not if you are not sure of more than 50% that the option is correct, you should avoid attending it. Only if you are maybe more than 50% sure of that being correct, you should go and attempt it. And you should give your best in the exam. You should remain motivated, and this exam and this admission process will be a bit lengthy, means it may take 2 or 3 weeks. So you should be confident that whatever you have attempted is correct, and you should stay motivated. Okay. And CUCET is like any other exam. It should be treated as simple as that. You should not worry much on the scores you obtain in CUCET. And these are the help desk. At the time of admission, if you have any kind of queries, you should always rely on the official help desk mobile numbers and the email IDs. You should always try to contact them. They will be updating all the relevant information related to the admission process in their websites. So that needs to be taken care of. So if you have any queries, feel free to ask now. You can use your chat section. So feel free to ask.